Hello again, welcome back. So I'm back with the NZHERALD. There doesn't seem to be many live streams available to me, and what I'm noticing with this particular live stream and the collective consciousness is I'm observing people who have put spells on themselves and they believe everything they're saying. You know, that's why we call it spelling, because it's magic. The words you use are magic.
This, of course, the site of that 23-day occupation earlier this year. They have witnesses now taking the stand.
And what I'm finding is this live stream is only interested in the past. And I've now heard that Brian Tamaki has announced that he has a political party, and I have had people tell me, go off and effing vote for Brian Tamaki. I'm not sure who I'm going to vote for yet. It's like saying I'm going to pick a movie before I've seen any of the trailers. So I will give him the same level of scrutiny as I will give all the other new political parties that no doubt are going to be raised out of the events of the last couple of years. And I'm not asking anyone to say it out loud, but I ask you to look up the word democracy in the thesaurus and just look in the mirror and ask your heart, do you really think New Zealand has been behaving in alignment with the words and intentions that define democracy? And I'm not asking you to say it out loud, but just look in the mirror and ask your heart what you think. And if you think it's a no, then I think it's a no, and I've lit all these candles for you. And if you do think it is democratic, then I'm going to light an extra candle for you, because, blessed is he who shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. And if none is blind as those that can't see. Jesus has a lot of his little quotes that are all about helping people from a place of ignorance to intelligence. And that's not a judgment. It's just, the metaphor and the language the Bible was written in. It's saying take care of everyone who can't take care of themselves, and that does include the angry people, because when you're angry and violent and lashing out because you're in the fearful fight part, take care of them. The ones who are frightened and afraid and are in the fright part of fight or flight, take care of them. The incongruent, the people without boundaries, the ones who are fawning, not feeling able to speak up, take care of them. And then you have the frozen, the people who have completely shut down and are comatose, and that's how afraid they are. Take care of them. So I have a Pulp Fiction was a movie that really fascinated me. And old Jules Verne had a saying that he used to say, and if you've seen the movie and watched the extended edition, as many times as I have, you might be able to recite that saying. And I actually have it printed out, and I carried it in my wallet for a long time, and I have had it on my fridge, on the fridge magnet, for a long time. And people used to ask me to recite it, and I used to recite it with great theatre. And watching this NZHERALD thing, it reminds me of myself when I used to, with great theatre, entertain people. And this, to me, looks like great theatre, focusing on the mock trials and all of that stuff, and allowing yourself to be distracted by the least relevant part of any of this. And if it was my protest, if this was Kelly's protest, if that's what the NZHERALD thing, like, it would be Kelly's Go Love protest. That's what it would be. And how I would have asked people to protest is I would have asked that they walked silently to Parliament. I can remember Anzac mornings from my childhood and the briskness in the air, the chill in the air, and my grandfather and all of his tribe marching in silence, and the sound of their clippy heels on the concrete used to give me chills. So now as an adult, I understand I was connecting with the energy, the collective consciousness and the spirits of the people that did not get to come home, that they were fighting for, the mothers and the parents who lost their children. And I now know that is why that silent march, clip really touched me and gave me chills. So yeah, this is not my march, but I am in the cage with old Brian Tamaki, right-wing extremist me. It's the label. I'm the definition. It really doesn't feel like it fits, but like I said, I've given up fighting that fight. You know, call me what you want, and I do say that. If some people want to call me, you know, someone calls me Bundy, that's okay. Someone calls me Khaki Pants, because that's how my little sister was able to pronounce my name, Khaki. If someone still calls me that, okay. So yeah, the label's okay. But anyway, this is the thing, and I have to hide. There were some people's birthdays I put down the bottom, but this is the thing I've carried with me for a good, oh crikey, 12 years, 13 years. So the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities and the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great love and incredible compassion those who would attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is just Kelly when I lay my love upon thee. So yes, I would have then, you know, daydreaming time, if this was my protest, when all of these people got there, I would have then asked them to sit down and just sit silently and pray for maybe like 111 minutes. So less than 2 hours of your life, but 111. This is an emergency. So yeah, 111 minutes, and then that kind of ties in with the 11th of the 11th and someday. So yeah, if this was my protest, that's how I would have done it, but it's not. It's Brian Tamaki's protest, and you know, and I take my tarot cards and take my hat off to the man. He's made this happen. But the first protest I went to and I heard him speak, I turned to my friend who had taken me along. She goes to church, not Spiritualist Church, a different church, and not Brian Tamaki's church. And I said to her, he's no Martin Luther King, is he? And she nodded her head. And I said, but I am still so grateful to be here with other decent Kiwis, you know, like-hearted Kiwis. So this is just my 2 cents connecting them with the NZHERALD. And yeah, that corporation, I think you could give me some witch lessons, because you've cast some spells on yourself, and yeah, I'd like to hope that these candles and this love I'm sending to you helps you break that spell, shake it off, and yeah, open your eyes. My gift, if I could give it to you, would be 20/20 vision. 20 for what you see with your physical eyes, and 20 for what you see with your clairvoyant eyes, your spiritual eyes. So yeah, that would be my gift to you. Bring those 2 things back into balance. Love and light, namaste, and all of that hippie stuff.
Behind Parliament, several points of access have been obstructed by temporary fencing. This again, early measures put in place to prevent the same scenes that we saw 6 months ago.
Oh, that's planting a seed. Planting a seed. It's not even happening. Anyway, love and light. And yeah, I'll light an extra candle for you, NZHERALD, and pray that the spell you have cast on yourself is broken.